Hi, this is Christina on Releasing for a Better Life. This is where you release everything in your life, leave it to God, and wait for answers to come back to you. This is a great program, and I've been using it for weight loss. So this is the weight loss version of this. I haven't posted in a little bit, but I wanted to see the success. And I'll tell you, when it comes to releasing for weight loss, it's a little different, I've noticed, than releasing for, let's say, getting money into your life or improving your job or something. When you're releasing for weight loss, it's different. And I'll tell you, not only are there maybe medical issues going on that inhibit weight loss, but weight loss is also, especially for me, it's an emotional thing. I can eat nothing and gain weight, or I could eat everything in sight and drop weight like crazy, just depending on my mood, just depending on how I'm doing today. And so weight, it's just a tough thing. And I know a lot of other people feel the same way. Like, you can literally wish yourself to be fat, you can wish yourself to be thin, and that's the reality. And so, is releasing going to help with that? Absolutely. Is it going to be a surefire thing? Here I'll say no. I am losing weight. I don't actually weigh myself, so weight loss is a hard thing. But I can tell by the way my clothes fit. I can tell by the way I feel. I can definitely, tell by my appetite. And the more I do releasing for weight loss, the better my appetite has been. And I mean that in the sense I seem to be more conscious. I guess the biggest message I've gotten from using releasing for weight loss is that, or the biggest message I've gotten is, I have to stop focusing on food. And I know that's a tough thing because, that's what we're taught. That's what the diet industry says to you. You need to count your calories, and you need to walk a certain amount, and you need to get out there and plan your food, and give up white bread, and give up candy, give up sugar, give up fruit. I mean, there's this long list of things you need to do to lose weight. You talk to anybody, and they, like the other day I was out getting French fries for my children, and the guy looked at me, and he looked at these orders of fries, and he was like, "That's a lot of French fries." It was a very judgmental thing. And I thought, well, I could either get emotional and go eat those fries myself, or I could just say, yeah, it's okay. I'm not even going to think about it because it's a treat for my children. I didn't even need to release it. I'll put it that way. So what I would say is, releasing has done is it's helped me give up like that person who made that comment. Obviously, he's, probably all of 16 and naturally very thin, eats what he wants, is having a great time. And, and those kind of people will always feel like, she just overeats, so that's why she's overweight, or she's teaching her kids bad habits or something, But I'm learning to just not make food my focus, or other people's opinions of my body. And that's the biggest thing releasing has done. I let it go. You don't like the way I look? Well, that's too bad for you. I have to love me just as I am. That's the first and foremost. I gotta love me for everything I have, good and bad. I have to. And and that's become really clear. The more I'm releasing for weight loss, the more I realize, if I don't love me just as I am, overweight or thin, if I don't find me beautiful right as I am, then I'm never going to lose weight for anything, because I'll be losing weight thinking that I'll love myself a little bit more if I just lose the weight. And that's in a no-win situation. And the more I release weight loss, release, anything to do with weight or my issues, it just keeps reminding me, quit focusing on food, quit focusing on the lack, quit focusing on, what you need to change about you, but start loving you. And the more I'm learning to just love me for the best parts of me and the worst parts of me. I am far from perfect, but I have some amazing things. Like, I'm actually a really funny person, sometimes to a fault. People don't always get my sense of humor, but I find me funny. So anyway, you have to just love who you are. Enjoy yourself. You have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. I have this friend of mine. And I wouldn't, she has got a very voluptuous body. It is. She has, got just, everything about her just screams, curvy and lots of her. And, and I am impressed with her because, she doesn't seem to care. I never see her diet, or she does get exercise, but I've never seen her say, oh, I can't have this or I can't have that. And she gets her hair dolled up, and she gets her nails done, her hair done. She dresses to the nine. She dresses as nice as it comes in clothes that you would expect someone much smaller to want to wear. And some people might say, oh, she needs to wear different things. No, she's beautiful, and she carries it. She doesn't care what anybody thinks. She feels beautiful in them, and so I find her beautiful, and so do a lot of other people. She gets so many comments on how amazing she is, and I see this constantly now in people who maybe don't have what you think of as ideal, but they love themselves. They absolutely love themselves. And and they don't even let the people who don't love them bother them, the people that want to take them down. And, I remember someone posted something on her page about it. This one friend of mine, about how she maybe could lose a few pounds or maybe hit the gym. And she said, if you need to do that for you, that's great. But I don't think you saying this has much to do with me. It's your opinion of yourself, not me. And that is so true. When people say things to you, it's in their own lack somewhere else. So like that young man who made that comment to me about the food. Was it about me? Well, maybe he thought he was helping me, but there still is something in his life that he feels is not complete, and he thinks he's going to take it out on me. I remember when one of my kids, my older boys, made a comment to me that, he wasn't going to hand out money to homeless people anymore because they can always get a job. This is ridiculous about all these young homeless people who are out there when they could work. And I didn't like the fact that he was so critical and judgmental of that other person. But instead of getting mad at him over it, we just started talking about it and talking about why he would feel that way. And suddenly I realized that being, he was in his early 20s at the time, he lives every day in fear that he could be homeless, because the job world is so tough and the prospects are so limited. They're great if you don't want much, but if you want a job, it can be tough even for someone like him who has a college education. And that he wasn't actually wanting to judge them per se, he was more judging himself. And once we came to that, he became much more humble to these homeless people. And quit judging them. And I think that we're all that way with our weight. That same story can be seen. Like, I notice when I feel self-conscious or upset with myself over being overweight, the first thing I would do is start noticing all the overweight people around me. I don't notice the people that are happy with themselves. I only notice those that are overweight, whether they love themselves or not. And it's not because of them, it's because that's how I feel about me. And so I'm learning now that the importance of just loving myself, and releasing has done that, because I'm not releasing anymore to lose weight. I'm releasing to love myself better, love and accept who I am. And as I love and accept who I am improving myself over time. I find myself having more energy. I find myself wanting to, walk more, get some more exercise, do some yoga. I find myself not having the need for food all the time, allowing myself, I remember the other day I just was, when I would have eaten, I was just not really that hungry. And I just said, no, I'm not hungry. And I realized that I love myself so much, I didn't feel the need to put food in place of where I was feeling about who I am. And so, if I could give you one gift from this weight loss program, and I know I am losing weight and I am doing better all the time, but learning to love yourself is so tough. If any of you have ever just learned to love yourself so much that you couldn't judge yourself, or anybody else for that matter, over their body size. You would be amazed at how much better things go for you and how much better you do. I mean, like, I remember one day I just told myself over and over again, I love who I am. I love myself. I love who I am. And suddenly, the meal that I had tasted better. I hadn't tasted a meal in years because I had been so upset over what I looked like and what I had done to myself by eating, that I could no longer even taste the food. And suddenly I tasted food. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And so, I would say, first and foremost, just love and accept yourself. And then, of course, always release what's bothering you. Release it, let it go to God. And then always, always talk to your angels and just vent. Use that time with your angel to vent. Say, oh my gosh, I spent a few minutes just hating myself. And for that, I had an ice cream. And the ice cream itself wasn't bad for me. But I know I wasn't really hungry for it. And I used it as a means of getting mad at myself or whatever it is. Or instead of eating, just take a few minutes and just go talk to your angel and vent. Remember, your angel loves you, wants to listen to you and not judge you. And use this angel in your life to let it all go, to just be free. Say, you know what? Whatever happened, whatever, the chocolates were there. I had them. They were delicious. I don't know if it was good or bad for me, but it was amazing. And just be okay with that. Just be okay. Let your angel have it for a while. And I promise you, things get so amazing when you allow this to happen. And when you're ready to lose weight and you're ready to get your body in shape, you will do it because you love yourself for it. Not because you're on some magical diet plan or you're forbidding yourself from having certain things. It's because you love yourself enough to do it. And it's natural. It's just there. So like I said, I was able to, taste my food for the first time, and I was able to give up, not eat something that I wasn't hungry for. And it wasn't a sacrifice. It just felt natural. It felt okay, and I no longer panic about what I look like. I know the best is here. I can see it. I can feel it. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Your weight loss dreams are coming true. Thanks a lot.